Hi, and we are live once again. Thank you if you're tuning in on the podcast or if you're watching via YouTube, then that is wonderful also. So you might have been listening in, and I have been doing slots, little 10-minute interviews of amazing people that I know, just really understanding their story or their journey of the modern mystery school, just hearing the real story, what really happened. Today I'm joined by the lovely Annie Riley. Hello, Annie. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me, Kate, to talk about
Oh
this.
my
Both-
goodness. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, I'm excited because I've known Annie a very long time. So I know this story, and I really think it's a very important to share because Annie, could you give us, I know we've only got 10 minutes, but could you tell us what your life was like before you found the modern mystery school? What kind of classes that you did? And then what is your life like now? I know we've only got 10 minutes, but
Yeah,
and there's so much, but if you could, would that be okay?
yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Kate. Yeah. So before the Modern Mystery School, I was working part time as a PE teacher in Bahrain. I worked at St Christopher's School and the British School, and it was all good, it was all fine, and I had part-time jobs, so there was plenty of time to do all the other things that I like doing. And part of that was I love keeping fit, so I had the Ritz-Carlton membership. I used to go to the beach and work out in the gym and do all the exercise classes, and yeah, and then sunbathe on the beach. And then I was married with 4 children. So then, I had plenty of time for them, to take them to their activities. And, it was kind of the corporate wife, that kind of thing. But still, it was a nice balance. I had lots of time for me, my family, and to do what I love to do. Um, and then, I reached a point, and this was triggered, I suppose, by um, there was a lot of death in my family. I had my father died, my mother died, two aunts, two uncles, and it was a huge shock. I began questioning, what is death? What happens when people die? And then, of course, the way my mind works, I asked, what happens actually? Not only what happens when people die, but actually, what is life all about? Surely there is more to how I'm living my life at the moment. And I realized that when I asked this question, I began looking within, really. And I realized that I wasn't really happy. Yes, it looked great on the outside, married, 4 kids, Ritz-Carlton membership, house on the beach, living in Bahrain, the Middle East, expat wife, and, a holiday home in the south of France. It looked great, but I was really not happy inside. I wasn't happy with how I was showing up in the world, I suppose. Yeah, how I was showing up in the world. And this had an effect on all of my relationships, with my husband, or my ex-husband now, and with my children, and with my friends, and with my family, because I started looking at myself, and it was triggered by all of this death. And that first thing that came to me was, this is not happening to me. I'm not going to die. So I decided to make changes, and I tried many different things. So first of all, I changed my diet. I became vegetarian. I started doing yoga. So it was more of a meditation and meditative movement. And I had therapy, because I realized that there were mindsets within me which really weren't serving me. And all I can say is, all of those things that I did, yes, they had a positive effect on me part time, but then I found myself in that dark place again. So I knew I was looking for something, not part time, but I was looking for something that would make a real change within me, or would help me create that real change within me. I didn't know what it was. Didn't have a clue what it was, but I knew I hadn't found it. So anyway, part of this journey took me to have an operation. And when I came out of the operation, a friend offered to come and do some Reiki on me, which I think I'd experienced about 15 or 20 years beforehand, but it had been there'd been a big gap. So Eileen, the lovely Eileen, came and did some Reiki on me, and it felt nice, and it felt warm, it felt nurturing. But I was still not feeling great. And anyway, she emailed me and she said, look, the people that teach the Reiki are coming to Bahrain, this tiny island in the Middle East. And do you want to do it? And I thought, well, do you know what? Maybe this is it. Let's give this a go. So I went, yeah, okay, why not? Let's do it. So I did the Reiki training, and it felt nice. And I came away with something that I could use now to work on myself and to help others, which was what I really wanted to do. I really knew that I liked helping people, having been a teacher. And so I needed a Reiki bed. So I got on the phone to Eileen and I said, where in Bahrain do I get a Reiki bed from? Because it's a tiny island and size of the Isle of Wight. That's the thing of it. And she said, look, this girl, Lisa, imports these really nice, eco, really super luxury, comfortable beds. So she gave me Lisa's number and I called her and I arranged to go and see Lisa to order the Reiki bed. So when I went into Lisa's apartment, Lisa went into the lounge and I was drawn to this flyer, a big A4 flyer on her console table in the hall, which had life activation. Find your purpose in life. Experience more positive energy, motivation, open yourself up to possibilities and opportunities. Reconnect you to your divine blueprint. Not a clue what that was all about, but everything, it resonated with me. And I went, Lisa, tell me about this. And she said, oh, should we order the bed? And I was like, no, tell me about the life act. I just knew, I was drawn to it. I knew that's what I wanted and needed. So she told me about the life activation. I said, can you do it now? No, she couldn't do it then. Because I was so excited and I thought, I just knew this is what I needed. And she arranged a time for me to do it and I ordered the bed. And I came back and I received that life activation. And all I can say is, before the life activation, I'd be walking my 3 dogs on the beach, and there would be this repeating thing in my head, just going, this is my life, this is my life, this is my life. And I was not happy. And then after the life activation, the dogs were running free and it was like the blinkers were off. Oh, maybe I'll go over here and do this. Perhaps I'll do that. I had hope again. It was like a spark got reignited within me. And I was excited for life, which I couldn't remember the last time I had felt like that.
Great.
And it was just amazing.
So then this is the cool thing. So I know that then you did Empower and you went to then go on to do Helios Academy and lots of different things. So tell us what's your life like now? What's your life like now? What, from all of that choosing go here, go there, what's your life like now?
My life now is exciting. I am excited for every day. And I wake up in the morning and I think, okay, what am I going to do today? And it's always something which is going to help create a better world. And part of that is me being able to show up as the best version of me. So what I do now is I look after myself, but not just physically. I look after my soul. I look after my spirit. I do all of those things that nurture me on all levels. So I wake up in the morning and I am excited. Like this morning, I've been to yoga. At the moment, Kate, I haven't told you this, but I'm actually training for a sprint triathlon. Can you believe it?
Well done, Annie.
You believe it. I know, in 2 weeks' time, sprint triathlon. So, but the opportunity came, and you know what I did was I sensed an excitement within me. Not a clue how you go about training for a sprint triathlon, not a clue how you do it, but this is the change. There's a sense within me, and I think, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to go for it. I want to do it. I'm going to because I'm going to do it to challenge myself, to be the best that I do, the best that I can do. I'm not going to be worried about anybody else in that sprint triathlon, but I'm going to go and do the best that I can do. I haven't got the proper bike, you know, somebody's explained to me about the transitions from to the whatever, but that's how my life has changed. An opportunity comes, I sense whether it is going to benefit me, the planet, the people that I serve, and if it's positive and it's exciting, I do it, and if it's not, then I don't. But I do leap and I take those opportunities. That's the biggest change. There's, you know, I'm not that sad person that was sat on the couch riddled with depression, anxiety, frightened anymore. I'm facing the challenges, I'm facing my fears, and that is the biggest change, is taking the opportunities and running with it and thinking, haven't got a clue, but I'm just going to go for it and do it anyway. That is the biggest change. And I use the tools that I have received in the Empower Thyself and in the other training, the healings that I can do on myself. I go to other people. If I sense, oh, do you know, I'm feeling a bit out of it today, I need something, I go and I receive. And as I say, it's having increased awareness about, I'm not just a physical body. You know, I have a soul. I am an eternal spiritual being. And it's about nurturing yourself on all levels. And then you can live your life multidimensionally and alive and active. And it's just, that's the biggest change. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you, Annie. Thank you. I know there's so much more. I know we only had a short period of time, but it's just to watch your transformation has been tremendous. And I know you help so many others also, you know, with their transformation, especially, you know, people with bereavement or going through divorces, that type of thing. I know you're an amazing, you know, guide to have. So if you want to reach out to Annie, it's www. It's Annie. Annie, would you remind me? Riley.com, is it?
Yeah, www.annie.com. Yeah.
I've got that in there for anybody who wants to contact you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we hope to have you back on again soon. And thank you everybody for tuning in.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, take care. Bye-bye, everyone.